Hello, everybody. Welcome back once again to Worcester Council Theater 3000, the only name in Worcester politics. That's it. We got everything covered.
Got the whole thing.
It's all done. We actually canceled the live stream of the council meeting because they're just not needed anymore.
We got it covered. Listen,
Just us.
we're gonna run everything down. We're gonna cancel Yenni Desroches. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be totally fine.
Already?
Yeah.
It had to happen.
It had to happen. I was just waiting for her to make the mistake and dipping her toe in the ring. And
our friend Kathleen is hot on the trail to do that too.
Yeah, I would imagine. So I would love to get into that. But I do want to address that I did from our Instagram account today. I did make a post about canceling Yenni Desroches. It's a bit, guys. It's a bit. I'm sorry if that wasn't clear to everybody that texted DM the account. It's a joke. I was joking. But now I've been fired. Whoa!
Jeez, Travis. So you get for bringing up Yenni. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Tough audience.
It's like Yenni's got lying dog. Travis has truth dog. Those dogs, when they hear the truth about Yenni Desroches, they get nuts. So, yeah, we're gonna probably destroy her reputation more than it already is. And then, I think that we'll install Bill as a dictator in charge of city council. He unfortunately still won't be on the tree commission. That's just not going to be in the cards for him. We got to keep him humble, but he will be in charge of every other aspect of the city. He will be able to, take people out whenever he feels like it. He will have the keys to the cells of all of the city councilors, former city councilors that we will imprison. And he'll just kind of tell us what to do from there on out. And I think that should just streamline everything. That can make everything simpler.
I genuinely thought I would be able to pick up who we're talking about from context clues, but I have no idea who's getting all this power.
Yeah, Bill.
Oh, hell yeah. It's about time.
Yeah. So it's gonna be good. I did say I mentioned that he will not be on the tree commission still. He will have absolute power except for that he won't be on the tree commission.
Oh yeah, that's just rules.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna be great. I'm really excited. I'm actually gonna be the first one that he executes in the streets, and I couldn't be happier, to be honest with you. Yeah.
That's really good of him to telegraph that move for you, so you can just prepare, get your things in order.
Everything is covered. I'm done, and the only request I made is that he puts a cigarette in my mouth after the blindfold goes on, and then he does have to kill me with that big, huge gun sword from Final Fantasy VII. So
it does take a lot of stress off. You don't have to do any thinking.
Yeah.
Well, and then he has to, you have time because he has to find this thing. He has to make it operational. You got time. And
I can, and I'll be lobbing, insults at him while I'm like, what's taking so long? Here I am.
That just makes it fun for everybody.
Yeah. I'm a showman at heart. So.
If you're not antagonizing your executioner, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that that's my cause of death will be antagonize someone to murder. So
did we cancel Bill tonight? Was that the deal? I saw him on an island earlier and then he vanished.
He was he was on Prince Andrew Island before, and then I think Charter might have canceled him.
Charter canceled him.
He was on Prince Andrew's Island.
Okay. I heard the most hilarious thing the other day. I guess kind of rumorish, but
speaking of which,
yeah. No, but it has everything to do with Bill, who just purchased Epstein's Island in the Caribbean. So
oh my God, there's no one here.
Apparently, Candy is shaming people for supporting Yenni because Yenni made a joke about Kate Toomey blowing Candy's husband.
Do we know this actually happened? Do we have the proof? Do we have the recording of this?
We know that Bill did that repeatedly, and I don't think Jenny was anywhere near the show. She's just taking responsibility for it publicly.
I think that's what's
That's
happened
awesome.
too.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, yeah, Jenny never did that. She's been
I
on the
think
show.
That's so sick.
That definitely did happen at times on stream. I don't know if the specific one she's mentioned she's pissed about. Obviously, she didn't see it because
Yeah. Well, that's my
Bill-
favorite part of these folks and their hostility is that they don't actually watch. They just, yeah. It's like someone trying to
it's
like
telephone game.
terrible.
that's the problem. Is we got too close to the truth, and now she's on a warpath, scorched earth. That's why Bill had to run away to Little St. James.
Yeah, I'm in hiding.
Hey, Bill, what's going on in that weird temple?
I'm on a boat. Oh, that's where the stuff happens.
Oh,
You know
no.
what I mean?
Okay. The harvesting.
Right here.
It's all the adrenochrome stores.
Right here.
Did you have to bring your own adrenochrome, or do they have it for you down there?
It's kind of like, it's like a growler type deal.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, it's like
You
a
bring the bottle
refillery.
back.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good discount. Yeah.
Did you all catch those Save the Children lunatics in Lincoln Square on Saturday?
No, I wish.
Oh, they were protesting out by the 290 on ramp. So this is one of those groups that is like Q adjacent, but also very concerned about organ harvesting and MK Ultra. So yeah, they're all about children, but they're the folks that think that DYS is near train tracks because like they come in the front door and then they put them on trains and then they end up where Bill is now.
Right.
Wild group, yeah. But they were
That's awesome.
on town on Saturday. They had about 10
What's
people.
the Venn diagram with the fluoride people?
Well, I mean, they'd
Circle?
all. It's just a circle. Just
Yeah,
one big single circle. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did see protesters out at Elm Park on January 6th.
Yes.
Protesting, let's never let this happen again, which it was a miserable day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's let that happen every year. That was fun.
Well,
That was just funny.
it just moved to Brazil this year.
Just
I know.
surprise country.
It's kind of
Is
like the World Cup. It goes around the.
Yes.
Yeah. They all took
Exactly.
turns beating up a police horse. That was cool.
Jesus
I love
Christ.
that whole the part when they cheered for the military coming in because they were like so positive that they were going to be on their side, and then they all got arrested by the same people. It's like, you know what? You were right to gamble on that because
Right.
We weren't sure either.
yeah, most of those soldiers probably would happily have joined you. But hey, listen, things are getting crazy out there. I think if this town lets Jenny Pasillo on the city council, then we're fucked anyway. So we might as well storm the Capitol.
Can we just promise ourselves to wait until June when it's nice out to storm City Hall?
Oh, it's way better storming weather.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that's why things look so much more fun in Brazil. It's like they're all wearing shorts and their cute little flip flops. They got their soccer shirts on. It was nice weather for that sort
They
of.
all have nylon string guitars.
Yep.
It seemed like a good party. I don't know.
There was no good music on January 6th in Washington, D.C. Like they had country or like Kid Rock.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
they did have
don't
music?
talk shit about Kid Rock. Or you're gonna get the bada 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 diggy 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 bam bam ba diggy. You know what I mean?
Smacked out of you.
Yeah.
But you didn't know that Bill's a cowboy, baby.
Yeah. My name is Bill. All right, what are these jokers talking about today? We have a very light agenda.
That's right. We have a meeting.
We have a very light agenda. There's only like 5 orders on. Attel's asking for some language on residency requirements for the city manager cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
And some pilot payment in lieu of taxes reports for our colleges, buying up all the land, not paying taxes on it. Oh, and then Sarai Rivera wants to steal catalytic converters.
Cool. Those are.
I might have read that one wrong. I think she wants to steal catalytic converters. She's asking the city manager to explain how.
Nice. Well, no,
Yeah.
I have a nice car now. I just bought a new car, and I have a nice car now. So now I'm all concerned about law and order.
Ain't that the way she goes?
So,
So I was looking at the under suspension, like the stuff that they brought up at the end of the last meeting, because I didn't watch the end of the last meeting.
Yeah.
What's the thing with one-eyed jacks? Joe Petty's asking about like some sort of rule.
So
Like there's a
So they got shut down because they don't have a sprinkler system, which you need when you're at capacity is 100 or more. You have to have a sprinkler system in the building. Their stated capacity is 97, and apparently the city doesn't buy that. The inspector it doesn't believe that, which I agree with, because they added, they very well could have 100 people in there if that's what the inspector says. And okay,
Yeah.
so they got shut down, and what I'm assuming happened is in his lease it says that any upgrades or anything need to be made by the tenant as opposed to the building owner, who that building owner is apparently a real fucking piece of shit.
Okay, gotcha.
Um,
So they're not like permanently closed then.
no, they're closed for business, right?
Guys,
That's a shame.
Here.
Glorio's in the mayor's seat.
Councilmember Carlson.
Whoa, where's Joe?
Councilor Yan.
Here.
Oh no, Joe's
Councilor
absent.
Rivera.
Ray Mariano's going to write a column about it.
God,
Oh, good lord.
Joe. Right, well, I think
Councilor Rivera.
we've made a lot of jokes over the years, but rest in peace, Joe Petty.
Madam Chair, Councilor Rivera, some technical
you're an
difficulties.
He
important.
boofed too close to the sun.
Here. Councilor Russell.
He heard all our boof talk, and he,
Here.
Madam
he got a little cocky.
Vice Chair Calorio.
He was like, "Wait, what's boofing?" And then he tried it,
Petty's absent.
and now he's in a boof hole. He's been boofing for 8 days straight.
He fell down a beehole.
It's a
Going-
booth bid.
He's going down a bee hole.
Did you guys
Oh, actually, wait. There's
watch?
Joe Petty. It's
No.
going up as adrenochrome right here.
Oh,
Okay, thank you. Okay, so next order of business is.
thank God this is a
the
short
my
meeting.
God.
election
It's not
of
gonna
the
be, though.
city auditor's two-year term.
You remember the last time? It was like 6
Requires a roll
hours.
call, Mr.
For
Clerk.
like 6 orders.
Correct, Madam Chair.
Okay,
Yeah.
roll call, please.
Well, they knew it was a light agenda, so they put
Councilor
Donna in
Bergman?
charge
Yes.
to just stretch it.
Councilor
Donna
Algier.
Corio was like,
Councilor King.
and
Councilor
next,
Carlson.
I'm baby,
Councilor
and
Yan.
babies can't do,
Councilor
can't
Rivera.
run meetings.
Yes.
Councilor Rose.
Yes.
Do you think
Councilor
she's
Russell?
stretching it out just to
Councilor Toomey?
prolong how
Yes.
long she gets in that
Madam
chair?
Vice Chair Calorio.
Oh, definitely.
Yes. Councilor, should I suspend the rules?
I don't know. You're the
Madam
chair.
What?
So
Is Candy wearing an apron?
have an order that the city council of
No.
the city of Worcester convene an executive.
Candy says she has
session
an otter.
at the conclusion
Candy has an
of the
otter.
Next city council meeting.
Brag about it.
January 24th, 2023, for the purpose of negotiating a contract with the city auditor, Robert Stearns.
Okay, do we have a roll call on that? Roll call, please.
Wait, are they going to an executive? Is that what they're saying?
Councilor
Next
Bergman?
meeting.
Yes.
Councilor Calorio.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Councilor Algier.
I don't understand why they'd have to do that from the floor. It
Carlson?
seems pretty
Yeah.
routine.
Councilor Nguyen.
Yes.
Councilor Rivera.
So there's maybe
Yeah.
something going on there.
Councilor Rose.
Hmm.
Yes.
Looks like we have exclusively Fred Nathan and Della Hazard
Yes.
tonight.
Yeah.
Roll call.
Oh,
on the
who
approval of
Fred
minutes,
Nathan
please.
did congratulate Jenny on Facebook.
Okay, good.
Councilor Bergman.
Yes.
For her.
I was hoping that would happen.
Yes.
hearing.
Councilor King.
Yes.
Councilor Carlson.
Yes.
Councilor Nguyen.
He also gave me a sideways look at
Rivera?
wrestling last week, so I
Yes.
think he's
Councilor
starting to
Rose?
recognize me.
Yes.
Councilor
That's
Russell.
sick.
Yes. Councilor Toomey.
Yes.
Madam Vice Chair.
We
Calorio.
got to put his face on a
Yes.
shirt.
The next
Yeah.
order will
But
be
like,
the
Yeah,
public
It's not as
participation
exact
to
likeness.
no more
It's
than
just
2 minutes
similar.
On any
And
items
under it just says,
on
"Did I
the
see you on
agenda,
Main Street?
Name and city of residence."
Him holding out a piece of paper.
Did I see you on
Madam
Main Street?"
Chair, lately, there have been some items on dealing with the WRTA tonight.
Gotten
It's
so meta.
9A, 9B, and 9C. I don't know if this is possible, but
It's not.
are there plans to have the administrator? of the
Dude, you can't
RTA
ask
forward
questions
to the council?
during public comment. You learned this lesson last
If you
week.
can answer
Mr.
that?
Nathan, I can't answer that because
All
you're
right.
only supposed to comment
All
on
right,
it.
okay. Well, I would like to see them held accountable and be presented here before the council. My item. that we're
Wow,
gonna talk
amazing.
wow,
about
Fred, you did great. You did great, bud.
Item
Got him, coach.
10A. I don't know if I can ask her this. since it's-
No,
Who
I-
cares?
you can't.
Um,
You can ask a question and maybe she'll
okay.
address
No,
it.
No,
she
you
can't.
can't.
Really
Well,
cannot.
her,
Mr. Nathan.
she
Dude.
wants the information from as far back as 2019,
This is a good
dealing
idea.
with the colleges and the universities,
fine.
the properties that have been taken off of taxable. So just for instance, Clark
Not a question.
University paid $5 million for the former Diamond Chevrolet. So on a piece of property like that, for instance, how much would a tax be on an average
For existence.
property that's doing nothing? It would be good if the council here knew that kind of information, but I would like to commend the councilor for this item.
Even though she's a communist.
We really need to find out how much tax exempt property there are and the overall effect it has on the rest of the city that is taxed.
And then Fred Nathan is going to single-handedly reform the state's land tax codes.
Is
By
he running for
violent
city
means.
council?
Can't tax because
I was
No, I
just
wish
gonna
he would.
say, it would be great if we could convince the council just to give him
Thank you.
some made up title and just see what he does with it. Just make him a czar of something or a minister of something. And
Nightmare.
City of residence, please.
My name's Adam Thielker, and I live here in the city of Worcester.
Fred Nathan, nightmare.
I am
He only makes it out to about 9.
chair of the Riders Action Council. Which
That's when he
works
turns
with
into a
us.
pumpkin.
And
Yeah,
there are
yeah,
actually
yeah.
5 different orders, so I'll just go.
I didn't
through
catch
the
what he
first
said at the very end. What was
9A,
what was
talking
it?
about how can the city
I don't even
assist
know.
with additional drivers, and 9C.
I didn't catch what he said at the end.
I would-
Shelter inventory.
I'm gonna guess
The
it was.
WRT needs a lot of help, and I'm so
It's
glad.
gonna-
I was too busy staring into his eyes.
Yeah.
we were talking about this a little bit last week with the WRTA
Now, the next item
when it
is
comes to
12A,
salaries and whatnot,
and this
because
is
when they
involving the stop
spent an
and
hour
go
talking about it
authority
last week,
and
nobody
removed.
asked the question, like,
And
what are
what's
they actually
more,
paying?
the
It's
system
19
that
bucks an hour
is
is
correcting the
what
needs
they're
of
starting
people
their
around.
van
If you
drivers
look at
at,
what's happened in the
20-ish
past,
for
those are
buses,
different sorts
and
of
then
things.
it goes up to
So I'd like to
34.
thank
But
Mobility
for
and
comparison,
that. Now,
the
next up
Worcester
is the
Public
weather
Schools are just
plan.
starting them at 30
That's-
and change.
Hmm.
we've had a lot
Ah.
of talk lately about who's responsible for snow removal. I was just over at the Disabilities Commission, and we were talking about snow removal.
Well, the
as
ballpark
well.
is city
So
property.
I'm very glad to see
Yeah.
that the city's involving
So,
itself. And
I mean,
trying to
there are
decide
lots of
exactly who's going to be responsible for
tax
cleaning
Plus,
up.
if we want to really talk about tax exemptions,
Now,
the
the last
entire
item
area
on
around
here
Polar Park
has
is
got-
going to do
is-
nothing
is
but
from
pay
George
for Polar
Russell,
Park
and
for
it
the rest of our
involves the
lives.
search for
Right.
a new
So that's
administrator for
essentially
the
tax exempt.
WRTA. The last time this happened, the WRTA really showed itself to be incompetent. for
Yeah, I think
choosing
there's a
new,
spectrum of
administrator.
things that are
So
tax
once
exempt
more,
in
they're
the
going to
city,
need
and
some help with this.
there's
And because the
it's gonna
city
be very
has
hard to
awaited
parse
vote,
what is
counting nearly 40%
good and
Yeah.
bad.
of the vote at the
Like
WRTA,
every single housing
we
development
constrained
of a
to
certain
a
size
real national
just won't be
search
paying taxes for
for a
30
new
years.
director
Yeah.
for the
But it's growth.
WRTA.
We love growth.
It's going to be essential if we're going to be setting the system back into order. And Dennis Lipka's a term of office, as I understand, is going to be up for renewal or
Oh, that's
dismissal
so
at
good.
the end of
Did
the
she
That
term.
say
is
it?
so good.
These are all items which have to be dealt with fairly quickly.
If
but
she
the
said
real
it, then yes.
urgent one, if
Why
we
would
get into the
she hold a
snowstorm, is
meeting?
going to have to do with this snow removal.
What's she going to do
problem,
with it?
that we can't have the bus stops blocked, especially where you're supposed to be able to put down a ramp, and you can't put down the ramp because the city has plowed a line of snow in front of the bus stop. And so thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Here we
Name is
go.
City
Here we go.
Idella Hazard, City of Worcester. And I would just like to make one small comment, if I may, that's not on the agenda, concerning Martin Luther King Day, that Dr. Reverend Martin Luther King Day. I read the paper and it sounded like quite an affair. And I heard the comments of our city officials and it sounded very positive, I would like to say. Thank you.
Not
And
where I
as
thought she
far
was going
as
with this.
9A and B, I agree with them. And 9C especially, I think the shelters are necessary. People are out there in all kinds of the elements of weather. And I definitely think we need more of them at the bus stop. And for the lifeguards, we need more lifeguards. And if we can't find them trained, I think we should start early and maybe take them to the Y or something. The expense to train them at the Y to certify them is not that expensive. I think it's very important to open the pools. The lines at the state parks are ridiculous. And the kids, all of them can't get in because the lines are too long and the kids can only stay for so long in the pools. And it's ridiculous. The families should be able to make a day out of it at the city pools.
Guys, we should all get certified as lifeguards. Little part-time job for the summer.
You can come on
The-
up to the
I
microphone.
can't be
I'm into
within
this.
300 feet of a kid. So
Jesus Christ.
State your name and your city of residence.
The
And
the
the
pools aren't
agenda
open
item.
currently, right?
No, it's
I don't think we have any pools. We filled them in.
Massachusetts.
The last
Gaskell
pool we
Field.
had is where Josh Lyford brings his dog to run around and shit. That's that was a pool.
Here on Main Street and Madison Street, the
New
day house
character.
for our Spanish people. Never once last year did they ever remove snow right in front of a bus stop. Literally, you have to climb the snowbank. Wheelchairs have to stand in the street. Yes, a wheelchair right across the street from my house. Seen them like 6 times sitting in the street waiting for a bus with me, taking the same bus together because there's no way you can access the sidewalk to the street. Yeah, you got one end, that's the end of it, the side street, and the other side street's way down there.
I
The
know
whole
Brian
thing
just
is
jumped
all
off,
nothing
but I think
snow.
Shaun Connolly
yeah,
makes
the
a big deal
sidewalk's
about
clear.
this
What
every
about
year, and he
the
gets
bus
people
stop? Think of
like he
5
reports
feet of either
properties all
side
the
of
time.
bus stop.
oh yeah.
Can be cleared out. At least 2 people can stand side by side.
Yeah.
Do you remember Shaun doing that?
Yeah, he
actually
abandoned
touch
us.
the
He went to
sidewalk and
Houston
let
this
us
week. He
on
doesn't
and off.
care
I
about the
think
Oh, I-
we should fine
I
them
get it.
from not doing it last
Yes.
year. Like I'd
Yeah,
go
you're right.
there and it's up to my waistline, the snowbank. And like I have to go out in the side street.
City
and just
Council
stand in the
Fit
street so I
counts
don't
for
get
haircuts too.
on Main Street
Yeah.
by certain weird drivers these days.
Seems like it'd be an
And
easy thing to
that's one of
manage.
the concerns that's going to bother me if it ever has a heavy snowfall.
I'm really holding out that this
Uh,
person's going to say
in the
something
next
ridiculous.
3 months. Do I worry about a 2-foot snow bank that I can't climb onto a bus?
I mean,
because of
they're
where the
appropriately
wheelchairs
mad.
can't even
Yeah.
access the bus
Yeah.
very well.
What do we have
Sidewalk
snow?
is just not
Not yet, not this
clear.
season, or at least
Find
not
out
to the point where it's
police cars
impacted.
Actually go there and force the ARCA to take their day health worker and come outside and you shovel at least 2 feet on either side of the bus stop so that 2 people can stand side by side, shoulder to shoulder. And you know the length of the bus ramp will be able to fit and the wheelchair can get on if they need to, or walkers. Shouldn't have to disable a American Disabilities Act person from using the sidewalk to get to the street, and it's not fair to those people, it's just
Oh, hell yeah.
shorties like
Nice.
me who can't really climb
That rules.
snowbanks and,
That does
That's
rule.
sick. That's awesome.
even if you do put a
Now, Main South Mom, what would you say Worcester City Council is going to do
7 feet tall
about Jenny Basillo? Are you guys prepared to do what it takes to get rid of her, or
to think about is that
are
Thank you.
you,
Thank you.
you know,
Thank you.
not all the way in?
I would suggest
Anything else?
at least 2 shooters.
Mr. Clerk, do we have anybody on? remote?
Jesus.
We've got one resident who's raised their
Brian.
resident now. And if you're on the phone, you can press star 9 to be recognized to speak during this portion of the meeting. Or raise
Learn
your
from the grassy knoll.
electronic device.
So, Worcester City Council, excuse my ignorance, is that an in-person event or?
Thank you very much. Hi, my name is Kimberly Stone. I'm here with my husband, Patrick Jones, and my many dogs.
Yeah, let's see if she's
Academy Street
not
in
too
Worcester.
cowardly to do
We're
that.
here for item 15.
I gave Jenny
Installation of
my
AEDs on baseball
top 10
fields.
rules for posting
We are active
so that
in
she
the
can become
functional
an
facility,
extreme
and
poster
we, like many others
in Worcester
country,
politics.
We're terrified by what we
I'm
saw
excited to
on
see her
Monday Night
really let her
Football
rip.
2 weeks ago when DeMar Hamlin of the Buffalo Bills suffered.
I hope
cardiac arrest on the
she was
field
a
on live
she was a
TV.
prolific
And then
poster
we
in her
all
day.
watched
You
his
gotta
life
say.
She was. What was her old Twitter account?
Well,
2-second
her
footnote.
Yelp account, if
Anybody
anybody.
doesn't know, cardiac
Oh
arrest
yeah.
sudden blunt impact
Dr.
to the
Jenny
chest,
Danger.
causes sudden
She
death,
has some good
or
articles on
leads to
Vice.
sudden cardiac arrest.
Yep.
Life-saving
Yeah, I think
measures are
she's
provided
hoping
in
to
time.
de-emphasize
With the
that.
absence of previous
Yeah,
cardiac
see,
damages.
I think we really need a posters candidate.
In the city,
Yeah.
And I think Jenny is the perfect posters candidate.
Okay. So if anybody hasn't heard, Jenny Pasillo is running for D1. That is the news that we've been pretending that we don't know for the last month and a half.
Yeah, the second cop in 2 cycles to run for D1.
You know? Yeah. Yeah.
For the same district, nonetheless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She took him on as her running mate, even though there's no such thing in city council.
She's installing the position.
Jody Rich,
Amazing.
No, nobody could see that.
parent in the city.
You know what'd be problematic but really funny is if somebody did the thing from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, where it's like, we're sticking up for the little man, and they had like a little person with them.
We had a great response from the community. We had a great response.
That was a good bit. I love that movie.
Is you not my constituents? I freaking love that movie.
Since then, we've met with the Josh.
I can't tell if you love or hate you.
She's bona fide.
She is bona fide.
To make this
She's
happen.
got prospects.
Figuring out of the how, the maintenance.
He's a suitor.
We will present to the council or any other subcommittees as necessary.
Hell yeah. See?
Thanks, Mo.
Brian gets it. It is a good logo.
Cipricillo sounds like something you get from eating lettuce.
In addition, we've begun discussions with the Worcester Fire Department to get their support.
Not to talk over this lady, but we agree that they should have defibrillators at ballparks.
Yeah.
Can't happen through them for some reason.
Just give them to everybody.
Yeah.
Offers training as well. And finally,
Especially
we
the
have
Jackass guys.
supported
Man, those guys could
District 1
really do a number with those things.
It would be so
Not
funny.
to mention all the little league families and parents.
Kate's gonna pull a emergency public safety meeting to suggest that the police be trained to use their tasers as AEDs.
She would this week too.
All right, guys, why don't you just take out your tasers and aim them at the wall and see what
I
happens?
saw this. I saw this cool device from CES. That's a glove that
I'm at.
wears, and they grab the wrist and they can activate it on the wrist. There's no prongs, there's no anything, and it just activates and incapacitates, like super low impact.
I want that.
Following from Southbridge Street
Yeah.
to Main Street. We'll refer that
Yeah, when I'm trying to fall asleep, I gotta take a 2 Benadryl.
We gotta get you on some cannabis. I know your straight edge girlfriend isn't into it, but
She'll kill me, dude. Don't say that.
I can't break.
Councilor Nguyen?
I hate to tell you,
Councilor
Benadryl
Darrow?
breaks edge too.
Yes.
Councilor Rose?
Yes.
Councilor Russell?
Don't say that.
Toomey?
Yes.
And Madam Vice Chair Caloria?
Yes, okay, we have Chairman's Orders 8A through 8E on an adopt. Roll call, please.
On an adopt. That's right.
So, Madam
Close
Chair,
enough.
we need to adopt. Councilor Bergman? Yes. Councilor GA? Councilor King?
Yes.
Are we looking for somebody to adopt Nico?
Councilor Nguyen?
The next part of the agenda, we got a bunch of words put in a certain order. All in favor?
Yeah, we give Petty a lot of shit for the way he talks.
So
but-
now on to council orders.
The man knows how to
Travis.
run a meeting. Yeah.
Can you clip a still of Donna right now? I think it'll be useful for the campaign to highlight to people that she has taken her non-union polar bottle, pushed it off the side, and replaced it with a nice union Starbucks.
Property on the tax
Her
rolls,
constituents should be aware of that.
Community benefit agreement associated with the new project.
Hey, so
On these properties, and what changes,
the
if any,
East Central Street
made
Starbucks,
pilot
did they just tank that
contributions
store like on
the
purpose?
GI?
I need to follow up on that. I think they're just not staffing
As
people.
one of my
Like that's the new
constituents
Starbucks thing is that if
Yeah.
you
This
unionize,
is
they
a
just won't staff the
conversation that has
store.
come up in
Yeah.
multiple community
I haven't been in
meetings,
there in a while.
and
I haven't been in any
meetings that
Starbucks
I've
in a
had.
while.
And
But-
really what I'm looking for
Is it bad?
a detailed report.
Well, the last time I
around
checked in, they were
how
like
much
only
are
open a couple
the
days a
colleges
week.
spending
Wow.
into our neighborhoods. Clark is a good
Yeah, that's
example.
tanking
Holy
because
Cross, in
the whole
Calabasas,
thing of Starbucks
and I
is
have talked about this as well.
you have to be.
My wife.
But beyond just the expansion and the impact it's having on neighborhoods, I'd like to understand as well whether there's
Not-
been
not for
any
me, yeah.
community benefit agreement signed. You know, we've understood from the ballpark that having
At least
a
that's
community
actually pretty
benefit
sick. I
agreement
worked at
with
Starbucks and I used to have to cover at
developers
a
or
drive-through
college
only store,
residents are coming
but
into
it
our
was literally
neighborhoods and
2
contributing
shipping
is critical.
containers
So I'd like
attached
to
together,
understand whether
and it was
any of
a
these colleges
nightmare
and
working.
universities
So
have
That
had any
sucks.
having a full store like
community
that
benefit
and just
agreements.
being
We've
drive-through
talked
only is kind of the dream.
a lot on this council.
I worked
about
at
our
Starbucks for
arrival
one
here
day in
around
Boston,
pilot
and then I slept through my
contributions.
alarm
I
the
know
second
that
day and just
Councilor
didn't
King
call anybody or
has,
go in.
Oh yeah.
one
Which store?
to try to
I was in the
understand
Prudential Center.
those pilots.
Oh,
And
wow.
again,
Nice.
beyond this is not to take a punitive tone against the colleges. Clark has been
Yeah,
a
it was
great
nice.
partner in the community.
Mhm.
It's simply the residents are wanting to ask what the impacts are.
That's how
and
I used to
from
work at the W
Councilor
Hotel in
District
Boston,
5, I would like
and
to understand
I've had a bad time in my life around then. and my boss was being really shitty to me. I was the only guy in our department besides like the managers, and he's just like shitty to me. And I just one day I woke up from my alarm. And I was like, I can't do this, and I turned my phone off and put it down, and then like didn't answer it. They like thought I was dead. Like, I needed to do that for my own sanity.
And I'd really like to take a look at that and request an opinion.
I used to work for a guy that was a coke fiend, and we'd print T-shirts together. And he owned the shop, but he had the keys to the shop. So we'd show up in the morning, and the shop would be locked. So we'd have to go to his house, break into his house, kick him in his bed until he woke up enough to give us the keys, so we could go and print T-shirts.
Nice.
Trying to find out how we can go
Wow.
about working with them on this.
And you know what? Look at Worcester Wares now, going strong.
That's a good one.
Ah, shit.
For humor, that's a joke. That's a nice joke. Nobody take it seriously.
Please don't take it seriously.
So we'll have to
know.
lose money on T-shirts again.
That was a Connecticut company.
I'll have to print more T-shirts. I'll have to learn to drive in Kelly Square.
Council Bergman.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is Councilor Hachiai's order, which
He cannot pronounce her name.
He doesn't want.
One of which is I always think it's important to kind of manage realistic expectations on what we can and can't try to do, and also just to say that the issue of non-taxable property has been something we've talked about.
You got to manage expectations. Just don't try to do anything.
I welcome the most recent.
Doing stuff is hard.
Yeah. If you never try, you'll never fail.
But the reality, I believe, is that you've got this challenge with colleges, universities.
Like Mo here, he's got that lawyer suit on it once a week.
That they can, and certainly not volunteer to spend it when they don't have to, versus the city's need to have 30% of the tax base more or less step up to the plate. I think all
Seems like Mo put a fresh shine on his head tonight because the lights are reflecting quite a bit.
Hey, at the same time, college
Looking good, Mo.
maintain, often times they're correct that they do provide valuable resources to the city. At the end of the
I can
day,
promise. I would put $1,000 on this going nowhere and then never talking about it again.
with a constitutional amendment.
They'll bring it up 2 years from now when they're all up for re-election again.
Yeah.
Just in passing. The church thing is funny. It's this has been a reoccurring thing for the last couple of weeks on nextdoor.com. Anthony Petroni's all over it, and every time he types a message, it's we need to start taxing the not-for-profits, with the exception of the churches. It's just
I welcome the information, but I don't.
Yeah, because where else am I going to stash my drug money?
Exactly.
How much money we could make if we taxed churches?
That's what we're trying to do.
Good
but
God.
also, again, like to manage expectations when I think there could be something misread in the item. So thank you, Madam Chair.
What?
Council Carlson.
Was someone just clapping for him?
Yes.
Get a life.
Madam Chairwoman, I think
it was Fred.
Every one of us here on this council know this because, as it was alluded to, Councilor King had something in his committee on this. I'm not.
I couldn't tell if they were
sure
bricks
that
or
there
bubbles.
isn't one councilor
All in all, yo, just
that wasn't decided.
Another brick in the car, D. In.
I think Councilor Toomey's order.
Get a life.
asking
Get a life. Oh, big whoop.
Rental properties that they're renting, buying up these.
It's my favorite thing that when I was in Europe with High Command, McCardle would just always say, "Oh, big whoop. You ever seen a 24-hour Dunkies?" Be at like a castle. Big whoop.
Ryan's maybe the funniest person in the world.
Yeah, Ryan McCardle, funniest guy in the world for sure.
I had filed several orders and.
That's like she's wearing a fake.
What the city of Worcester does.
That's extremely true.
Tax rolls and it's better than 30%.
Spot on.
That's
Spot on.
tax rolls, which is a huge number. And I do think that these colleges and
She's practicing for being the next lifeguard.
She's in disguise trying to catch Kathy. Or
Yeah.
Kate
Unlike
Toomey.
me, Candy is not allowed within 100 feet of children, so she can still show up to work.
every which way.
Yeah, the mustache on the Groucho Marx glasses itched her upper lip, so she just took it off.
That they should come
Yeah.
to the table, given the magnitude.
Candy got into the
of
WPD's private Jenga stash last night.
some of these colleges, but again, I
Do you
Her
think
and
that
Anthony-
came out of the police disguise kit?
Yeah. Her and Anthony Petroni went to see Babylon together, and they're like, "Oh, that looks fun."
because just
Oh yeah.
now,
I want to get screwed out by it.
Anthony, you guys got a bunch of that stuff at the police station, right? Oh yeah, of course we do.
Makeovers.
It's getting nuts.
What do you guys think Worcester would look like if we had no universities?
number is significant.
The same. I don't know. they kind of just. They kind of just.
Some industry would
They
replace
speak
it.
so dismissively of colleges and universities, like not even just like the 30,000 people that are here only because that's where their college is.
Tell
But,
you
like,
one thing, fucking Bagel Time would be closed.
That's the coolest towny like complaint I've ever heard. I love it.
Some industry would replace it.
Something that they had done.
Yeah.
There's
Another
know
donkey,
there's a
baby.
document out there
Yeah.
in
Oh,
terms
I
of
don't know what
what
industry would want the rails, but it seems like, I don't know, there's tons of trucks in the morning on Southbridge Street trying to get access to that port.
I know that a lot of those have ended. So I do think it's a good idea for us to take a good hard look
idea.
at this and look in the mirror and say to these colleges and universities, quite frankly, and not just the colleges and universities, some other of our nonprofits.
like the
certainly
churches.
step up to the plate as well.
That's what Candy's getting at.
To give back
Candy
to
Merrill Carlson coming after big religion in 2023.
Wow.
who are working
Candy hates God.
buying up this property. or
Never thought I'd
redoing
agree
it
with
or
her
building
on
a
anything.
property, yes, we should have a seat at that table. I believe in that 1,000%. But
1,000%. What's the value in adding extra zeros to numbers that don't exist?
It's a million. The value is a million.
look at what we already know and what are some new opportunities for us to go
And
at.
towards the devil.
Shout at the Candy.
Hey, I got a like.
Hey, Super Meat Boy.
Nice. Who liked it?
I don't know. Oh, we'll find out.
Hover, baby.
To bring it up again, this calendar.
Oh yeah, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
Your
Keep
ass.
it in the family.
The pending list. I've been able to locate that issue. So I just wanted to make sure, through the chair to the clerk, if there's something I can do now to make sure that we get this on the agenda, if in fact it's not on the pending list.
Through the chair to the council, so I did look through the pending list. I'm not able to locate it right this second.
Some sort of motion.
You can, maybe send this to the manager and to your committee as well. You can have a
Okay, that's
discussion in
great.
committee.
Sure, that'd be great. Thanks. And, I'd like to sign on to this. I think, as mentioned by my colleagues, something we've talked about over and over again since I've been on council.
I enjoy watching him pick up that
and
mic every
folks have
time.
Come up with creative options and things of that nature. And
Oh, can we make him?
what
Can
we're
we
thinking
like
maybe
Photoshop him into
was,
The Price is Right?
us taking a look at
All right, I'm writing these down. I have not upgraded my machine where I can actually do something, but yes, Christian King and Price is Right is going to happen.
and if that's not
Spay and neuter your pets, everybody.
in committee, Mr. Chairman, Madam Chair. So, I think what we're looking for really is all hands on deck here in the city of Worcester.
We're going to get a fucking DCMA.
Reconnecting with
Anything of interest on today's agenda? That's a subjective. Sarai Rivera wants to learn how to seal catalytic converters.
How they can help us
So
as a city move forward.
maybe
We got to pay for this
Talking about
ballpark
community
somehow.
benefit agreements and things of that nature. We know, that our colleges and universities not only educate our constituents, but they bring people in who
Is
remain
you or
here.
is you ain't my constituents.
And many of them are really good employers of our constituency. And they bring a lot to the table. But I think when we're in a place where we're asking our
Yeah, that
homeowners,
overpass thing is
businesses,
kind of stupid. It's like,
and folks
what are you
who
gonna do to beautify that?
stressed and taxed
Like,
at the
Which one is it?
grocery stores or
it's the one that
wherever
goes over.
that certainly makes sense.
It's like it's in the
Oh,
main South area, and it goes over train tracks
right.
And
to get to
think
South
that,
Worcester.
Yeah.
perhaps
Yeah.
we
What do
could,
you do there?
if there's any statewide.
I don't know.
um,
It is really
action
sketchy looking. Like that'd be great for like a zombie movie or something.
Madam Chair.
Councilor Toomey.
Thank you for recognizing me a second time. I just wanted to add a request that we have a up-to-the-minute listing of all the properties that have been purchased by the nonprofits, all nonprofits, just so that we have an up-to-date.
Have any of you read?
I think that would be really helpful.
Have any of you read Strong
Okay,
Towns?
Thank you.
No, but I'm
So,
familiar.
yeah, it's a good order. We've been talking about this for, since I've been on the council, and I know that
Yep.
with the taxes that just got out recently, people are really
You can't
struggling
speak from the chair, Donna.
asking.
Whatever.
Is
Just
there
let-
another way that we can create the revenue in order to offset the high, personal real estate taxes? Councilor King?
If only there was a municipal body with oversight over how taxes were levied.
Through the chair to the clerk.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. That's the city manager's job, right?
I think he
You
just
know?
comes up with a random number every year. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the committee did, and if there's any chairman orders that folks who are watching could be aware of, Madam Chair.
Through the chair to the council. So this was actually discussed in the MLO committee on October 19th in 2022. And the item was asked to be filed by the committee, but there was two chairman's orders that were brought forward by the committee. The first chairman's order was to request the manager re-engage with organizations.
There he
King
is.
Did King just tell Nico to read the minutes of
Fire with the city,
that's interesting.
reestablishing.
You don't see that a lot.
And then further request.
Read the fucking minutes. Honk.
That's true, because Christian really has the only subcommittee that does anything of value or use.
To that nature. So certainly this was discussed. The item was filed out of committee back in October. So I think it's waiting the manager's.
The council should start using Nico as their own personal chat GPT, where like they just give him a set of general ideas to discuss throughout the course of a Tuesday night, and then he just comes up with the script. Such a soothing voice, nice demeanor.
To have some additional information on, and I don't have the data before us that was before the committee, but we certainly had.
Yeah.
ChatGPT city councilor would be awesome.
How to work and move forward with our partners.
Oh yeah, that thing's fucked up.
Colleges and universities and whatnot. And it would just ask.
Is that the one that goes over the Mass Pike?
As you
It
can
goes
see,
over Starro.
build it out.
Right?
Perhaps this
Oh
be
yeah.
Thank you.
But you walk like triple the length across it.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
I like the one that goes from
I just wanna
Lower
echo
Alston to
some of the,
Alston.
sentiments
It's
of my
like,
oh yeah.
colleagues,
No one
Councilor
has ever walked that sober.
I used to walk it all the time. I used to
come up for many years.
walk
Remember when I
to
was
meet
chair
my
of
dad at
MLO,
his
there were
work,
some items
so he
in
could
there
drive me
Oh,
back
nice.
there, and I would.
Oh,
cross-
over at Regina's?
and explore
Yeah.
new
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
revenues.
Yeah.
I just want to be careful that, some of the emails.
Hey, remember when Regina's Pizza was going to turn into Great Scott and that just never happened?
Yeah, and they collected a lot of money from people to do it, and then
Yeah,
no one's
and they
really
just didn't do
complaining
it.
about it, and I'm not really sure what's going on with it.
Yeah.
in 3 different categories.
And then they just shut down both of the practice space
medical and,
warehouses in Boston too.
And in doing so,
Worst city in America.
Is Greg Casper watching us?
Educational side is the value
Huh?
of their
Yeah.
entities, infrastructure, etc.
Greg, if you're in the
Has been,
chat, say
nearly
hello.
$8 billion, and they saw this past in 2022 a payment of about.
Speaking about Boston, you
$1
hear they're
million.
trying to compete with us for
So
most
I just
offensive
want us to
statue.
be very careful and mindful that.
Fuck yeah, Greg.
And getting creative and analyzing and assessing this.
Oh, the one with the big dong?
I think it was Council Burke.
Yeah.
That in order for this to
The big
see,
dong statue.
Yeah,
right,
MLK
have
getting
any
jerked off
attention brought
statue.
to it, it's going
Yeah.
to need significant.
That's what's on. That's not what's happening. That's rude. Don't be rude.
Again, I just
It's the Retta Scott's family that's raising the issue.
This isn't something that we.
It's
Listen.
from straight on, it looks awesome,
I think
but
that,
from
I
the
like
side,
the opportunities
it
to
looks
explore,
vulgar.
Expanding the task
I actually
base
think
and
that's cool and
getting
good.
creative with tax
Yeah.
limits and recommendations.
It's
Just
the
also wanna
her
just be
family, the
careful
state
that
is
the way it reads is
saying
we have
that
the
this is
ability
not
now
in her best
to
interest,
change this, and
basically.
in order to do that, we're going to need some significant help from state and even federal partners. Thank you, Madam Chair.
It's still less of a scam than the comedy studio one Kickstarter.
Yes, thank you. I can appreciate this order. I think
That's fine.
everybody's been said. I don't want to reiterate, but I think like a lot of people have said, this has come up on several occasions. I think for me, the concern, and I have several colleges in my district, the concern is, you know, that I hear from residents is losing the community feel. But I think for me is looking at, from my experience throughout the years, is that some colleges.
We just spent 45 minutes
have
talking about
given,
something that the city council has
limited
absolutely
community
no
feel.
ability to
So
do anything on.
I'm wondering if across the board,
Yep.
we're taking a look at.
Yes, we did.
You know,
Remember
the
that time we said it's a
pilot, you know,
short
in
meeting
Lewis
agenda?
Township. We see, you know, what,
Yo, catalytic converters, that has legs.
Yeah.
That could go for hours and hours and
some of
hours.
the contributions that Clark made in regards to free tuition for those who live in a
I
certain
might
neighborhood.
have to duck out early tonight, guys.
Oh
Why?
no, what's wrong?
What do you got to do?
I gotta go down to the open mic.
What they're giving
Run a couple jokes. I'm hosting for Bobcat Goldthwait this weekend. So,
That's
nice.
huge, Brian.
yeah.
Where?
In Beverly, off Chadwick. Yeah,
That's sick, dude.
4 shows. Come on out, everybody. It's gonna be a great
Yeah,
time.
go see Brian.
Tony V and Bobcat and me, 3 killers on one lineup.
That's huge, man. Nice
I'm
work.
very excited. Yeah.
That could be, if we, you know, one of the things that's been talked about
So
on
I
the
gotta,
council is
you know,
looking at home buyers.
try.
And
I mean, at the
first-time
rate
home
we're
buyers,
going,
and
you
it's
could probably
difficult
go
to do
down,
if
work
we
out
lose
material,
in
and get
certain
back, and we
neighborhoods.
could still be on
That
stream.
could be really appealing for first-time home
Donna's
buyers.
just like
get lost
pontificating
in
from
the purchase of these
from
homes
the
that are
chair.
not being used, and I think it was Council Toomey that mentioned that are not being used as for academia. Thank you.
Yeah, she's going to test the filibuster at the city council level.
You know, just want to clarify for people who are watching this particular order. I'm not speaking about the discussions the city council or previous city councils have had on this issue. This particular city,
That's a nice shade of
this
purple.
particular order is
Mm.
channeling all the questions
City
that
council
I
fit.
have received as a new district councilor in all the community meetings that I've been at, including the property that was referenced by one of my constituents. And so how
They
can
really
we
have just been
outside of my
debating
control what the
what
order
kind of
reads
nonprofit is their favorite.
simply gathering information, understanding
We need
the
to go after
trends
the
that are
churches.
developing from our colleges and universities,
No, we need to go after
figuring out and
the
understanding
youth
whether
centers.
there are any current, any new, any future potential for either changes in the pilot or community benefit agreements. But in no way, shape, or form is this order currently asking us to change any of these things. It's simply asking to understand the bigger picture. Again, channeling the residents of District 5 who have asked this question.
Imagine how frustrating it is to be a tell and to like have the capacity to be like an actual like executive with executive functioning that wants to actually run a city in the correct way.
Yeah.
And you just get K Toomey going up and being like, you know what? That's a great idea. I think we should get every document. Let's just get every document ever written.
And in my opinion, the city hasn't been asking enough.
More
And
George
I think
Seption,
that
please.
What we need to do is to get this information that this order calls for, put it out on
So
the table, let folks in the public know what it is, even bring.
Although I do like
the
that it looks like he's
institutions
smacking
that
himself
have,
on the head.
current pilot agreements and applaud them. Tell folks in the community about
Do
the
not.
work institutions do in providing
Sneaky, sneaky.
abilities.
She really does look like she's wearing a disguise.
Some payment and supporting programs. But you don't get
Like the kind you'd buy at like Party City.
and Mr. Chair, Madam Chair, through you to the administration, we're counting on you, Mr. Manager.
You know what the council should do come Halloween time is they should all come in costume.
We need an orchestra.
They should come dressed as each other. And then we cancel whoever gets to dress up as Christian King.
If my colleagues wouldn't mind, I'd like to amend the item to include any educational institution, because there are others, including some of them in District 3, Worcester Academy is one that comes to mind. Bancroft School is another one that comes to mind. Any educational facility that's private, nonprofit facility. So if the council doesn't mind, I'd like to include those. And I think if you don't get, you don't ask.
I think he said that backwards.
Okay.
If you don't get, you don't ask.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's if you don't ask, you don't get. But
God, I love these guys.
All of the nonprofits in the city.
I mean, that's a fucking shirt. Oh, what am I doing?
You get upset and you don't get.
You don't get, you don't ask.
Kate, what are you going to do with this data? Nothing.
You see that blue recycling bin right behind her?
I would bet $1,000 that if you sent Kate to me an Excel file, she couldn't open it.
Council Bergman?
Yes.
Council GA?
Yes.
Like what's the name of that file? Like a VST or whatever it is.
Yes.
Council
The
Rivera?
when you export a spreadsheet,
Bros?
Kate to me would just be like,
Council Russell? Council
I'm
Tim?
glad I asked, but I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know. Get Molly Cronin on here. She knows.
CSV, thank you.
Targets the city currently
Good job, Emmett.
attaches to its tax increment financing, TIF agreements and municipal.
Greg,
construction
if this is
projects.
really a
The
fast
city
meeting,
manager
we'll go
proposed
through
the
this
council
and read this in a
provide
bit.
city council with a report delineating the
What's
city's
that?
current policy. and
He asked Chat
responsibility to
GPT how to
residents
fix
and
Worcester.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's going to be good. It's absolutely something we'll review.
Madam Chair, just want to start by saying
Yeah, I'm going to
that we
copy it so
actually
we have
one
it.
of the most aggressive goals, both in terms of local hire and diversity hires in our tax increment financing agreements, and that's huge. That's even better than Boston. What I'm trying to understand with this order is maybe an affirmation or clarification on the city manager regarding what our current policy, what our current practice is in regards to a residency requirement for cabinet staff and city employees. Thank you.
Do you want that addressed now, or would you like that in its
I would
report?
love to have that in the form of a report or.
Okay. Is that fine?
What's the one you go to get it to answer a question? Open.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I don't know how to
Yeah,
use it.
ChatGPT.
So
Yeah.
that goes
No,
to
I
the
know.
city
There's
manager.
just like I always struggle getting to the
Council GA?
actual thing.
Council King?
I'm still waiting for my invite. I haven't been able to play with it at all yet.
Council Rivera?
Yes.
Council Rose?
Yes.
Council Russell?
Really?
Council Toomey?
I got it.
Yeah.
Madam Vice Chair Corey?
Peace.
Yes. 10C requested.
I would never allow it on my computer. That's inviting the fox into the hen house. Or as George Russell would say, inviting the hen into the fox house.
Yes, I just wanted, this has been something that's come up quite a bit. It's happening all over the city. It's all happening all over.
Chat
different parts
GPT,
of
write a Worcester Sucks post.
too. And it's
I should do that
continuously
one. That'd
coming
be
up,
fun.
And I know that.
I did hear
spoke
about a
with Bruce.
service
I know
today
that
called
they've been
Word
under-
Spinner,
They've done
where you can
investigations. I
put
know
up
that
your
they were,
words and have it
trying to
like
address
change
this
your
issue,
tone.
But I think it would be good, especially for us to go into those
Like-
meetings.
Yeah,
to
look at
have
that. You're right. It's letting me right in now.
information
My
on what's
parents are always
happening,
saying that I need to change my tone.
how
Really? Because now I
you
can't
know,
get in.
within the city, because
Listen
there's-
here, mister.
One in, one out.
there's like a string of them. I mean, it's just happening.
Two
in
bots
different
enter.
parts of- and no neighborhood is going to be escaping this situation, unfortunately, and it's costing people a significant amount of money.
Thanks, Greg.
When this happens,
The screen up at the top is it does say
claim,
mayor up there, right?
insurance claim.
On the
If
Zoom,
they
one of
have
the
to
Zoom
depend
windows.
on their car to get to work.
It sure does.
Now that becomes an issue. So we're
So,
hearing
what's
this
all
more
this
and
then?
more. I'm sure I'm not the only one who
Boy,
heard it.
What's all this in?
this council
What's the
and just
meaning
been
of
coming up
this?
and would like to kind of just be able to get something back. I think this is similar when we saw like the ATV.
It's all I got. It's all I got.
We need to kind of
Joe Petty's like,
think about
geez, I don't know what would happen if I didn't run for mayor. I mean, I'm Mayor Joe Petty. What are they gonna call me if I don't run for mayor? Mayor?
quality of life of our residents because of all the ramifications that comes when something like
Regular
this
Joe
happens.
Petty? That doesn't sound the
Thank you.
same.
Councilor Rivera, do you want that report?
I swore
by
back in the 80s I would never be regular Joe Petty ever again.
Sure. I mean, it could just even
Regular
just
Joe
like
Perry
because
is
I think-
Paris
I
of the
think I'm hearing
80s.
across the board. I'm sure we talked to our colleagues.
He
I'm sure
died that day at that
people have been
Aerosmith
talking about it.
concert.
I think more importantly is not even just kind of how much has happened, but
Joe Petty's Boofs and Goofs Emporium.
have police been able to? I know that there's been some investigation.
New
but I
boot
think as a
boofing.
continues to happen and it continues to be on the
Boot,
rise,
boot.
what exactly is there something that's going to be something that's going to be done specifically to this, and what could we be advising our residents? Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
Councilor Rose.
Thank you. I would like to sign on to this order, Madam Chair. And, you know, I think that one of the things I'd like to make a motion, or if Councilor Rivera would be open to editing her order a little bit, is I think that one of the things
Shaun
that
Rose
happen is
centering
that,
Malcolm X.
folks find out
his
after
study.
the fact, you know, their catalytic converter stolen.
You love to see it.
And it's like, oh, I should have put my car under this light, or I should have, you know, done this differently. It would be nice to get something from the Worcester Police Department, if there isn't something already, that we can give, like some tips for safety around like car safety. You know, for example, someone.
What would happen if
catalytic
we
converters
just
are part of our
nuked
handicap
Boston?
bans in Marlboro, and it's just one of those.
I think that's what Fallout 4 is about, right?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Happens to, you know, you don't necessarily get
that new show on HBO is set in Boston after a zombie apocalypse, and there's this sick like overlook scene of the city, and it's all in ruin. It just says Boston 2023. When I saw it, I was like, yes.
It's a great post.
That you can potentially figure it out that way, which
Man, how about that pilot?
Prevent this from happening. So it would be nice to get
Good shit.
some techniques to help residents and businesses and others.
Extremely good shit.
You know, not have to create a system.
Is
after,
Worcester in Fallout 4?
You know, something like this happens. So
No.
No.
I was in Natick when that came out,
you.
and I was pumped to see
Council will
that
send it on to
in
the
the
city
game,
manager.
but
Roll call.
Worcester would have been way cooler.
Yeah. I think that area, it goes as far as like Lexington and Natick and stuff, right?
Yeah.
But it
It's 'cause
also
we didn't do.
it pulls in Natick too far, too close. To
Oh,
it.
way too close. There's a mod to add Worcester, really, Trouble?
There's a mod to add Worcester to Fallout 4.
Is
Oh
it
my
down
God.
there in like the plague rat area?
ND, request city manager consider
Yeah, it's-
developing a plan for constructing new sidewalks along busy streets near all Worcester public schools.
Slender, getting back in on the YouTube. We got a lot of viewers last week from our YouTube page. Thanks for joining in, Slender. Love to have you.
And if you're watching this on the playback, thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, K Toomey.
We miss you, Kathleen. We'd hope you'd come and talk to us in person.
I've been tweeting directly at K Toomey a lot lately, and she just does not respond to me.
Oh, it's the same when you email her or call her.
Yeah.
With a legitimate issue.
When I say we, I mean everyone in this building, the administration, the law department, the public works department, everyone's been saying that when we have a sidewalk, and for matter, never mind saying, we've been charging.
Hell yeah.
We've been charging people citywide, across the board.
They could never set Grand Theft Auto in Worcester because Worcester's beyond parody. They could never make fun of it. It wouldn't make any sense to anybody.
Came to our attention at that meeting that there is in fact an option.
It would be
where
cool to have
council
snow
can,
in those games, though.
Waive the fees.
Like have to commit crime and
Massive
Oh, yeah.
potholes.
Yeah. Deal with that as your getaway.
Just taking a Lamborghini 65 miles an hour down Ralph's parking lot.
That sounds like, yeah, that's only something I want to do in a video game.
The police don't chase after you in the game, but off-duty cops from neighboring communities just hustle your ass.
Yeah, you never know who's a cop.
The police just don't chase you if you're white either.
I was reading some story from 2015 down in Texas where a bunch of bounty hunters got a tip, an anonymous tip, to go find a criminal at some address, and the address that they got was the police chief's address. So they had a bunch of bounty hunters trying to like arrest the police chief. It was incredible.
That's so sick. What is a police chief if not a bounty hunter sanctioned by the state?
Right. What is a man?
Dog, the police chief.
I saw the aftermath of this. That was thrilling to see it
It
live.
was such a clean cut too. That was a beautiful one.
They were
Oh, a
fucking
nice tuna can?
How'd they
Yeah.
get that much speed on that?
I don't even know if it was speed or just a perfect hit. I mean, it was like it was so even and clean. And was it true that it was a truck full of cookies?
Basically, to send back to
Is that true?
In the
That'd be so sick.
in the TNG, it said that it was a truck full of cookies. It just seemed like the most absurd, like unnecessary bit of information.
That's so cool.
I wish I knew that. I would have gone back down there.
It's
Cyrus
better than
Walton.
street lobster.
Climbed up onto the railroad
No.
tracks, started diving in.
Dude, you know, it was like Craig Seaman was over there and he was just like, hey, what's in that truck? And like a cop was like, I don't know, a bunch of cookies. And he just wrote, truck full of cookies.
Sir.
Do you think George Russell participates in Tuna Tuesdays?
Like I said, we're asking.
He calls it Tuner Tuesdays.
Tuner Tuesdays? He just cracks open a can and just starts lapping it.
Asking to take some of their land, which they'll be compensated for, of course. But then we're asking them to shovel those sidewalks in perpetuity. And it's very
In perpetuity.
disappointing. I know from a personal standpoint that I didn't have this information a long time ago. And
Oh, we love when city councilors complain about how they don't have the information.
Right.
So I asked for it to go to the administration. I also asked for it to be sent to Public Works Committee so we can continue the discussion in light of some of these.
I liked a couple weeks ago when Kate Toomey had an order on that was literally just like, hey, can you guys read this law and tell me what it says?
Thank
It
you,
was
Madam
like
Chair.
the
I would
the
like to
Safe Streets
co-sign
Act.
And sign on to this order. I know that in November, the school committee is
I
standing.
love a pan.
Committee on finance.
That was a nice pan.
And our
Across
education
the city
subcommittee
council.
Yeah.
talked about the installation of sidewalks. And
They made a
maintaining them. And
key
so, I
graphics
agree with
acquisition or
my
camera
colleague
operator
here that,
acquisition
if we have an opportunity
a
to
couple
do
months
this, it's so
back.
important
Whoever's on the
to really
camera is doing a
think about,
fantastic job.
our students'
Yeah,
welfare,
we
but
need
also
we just need a direct line. We need to get on like a Discord or a Slack while they're operating. We can
Oh, yes.
shadow direct.
So if I, in earnest, applied to do the city council camera working job, I could probably be there in about a year, maybe even like 2 years. How long do you think it would take for me to get from square one at charter to having the keys to the castle? Because that would be sick.
They're employed by charter. They're not employed by the city.
Well, however cable access works, I don't know.
I
They get
genuinely
money
don't
from
know.
charter. They get money from charter. Yeah.
Council Rose.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to sign on. To
Is it
this. I have a handful.
technically the city? I don't know.
I genuinely don't know. I bet it's hard gig to get into because it seems like cakewalk.
That's how cable and internet companies maintain their municipal like monopolies, is they basically just bribe the city halls with, they're like, hey, we'll give you a cable access station. And they're like, okay, cool. You can give every resident of the city the worst internet of all time.
Yeah.
And so,
They get so like excited in the city. They're like, oh, that's how Gethard got famous. We're gonna have a show. It's gonna be like, it's gonna be fucking crazy. We do whatever we want.
Me and Kevin from High Command and Dan want to make a show on cable access called The Kepter's Realm, where we have somebody dressed up in battle armor and we break something new every week, and then we just listen to music videos.
I love it.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to The Kepter's Realm. Today we're smashing an accordion.
I would like to produce this show.
Signing on.
Yeah, I would like to make this regular Thursday night show on this Twitch channel.
Oh yeah, Bill, we can make this happen on the Twitch channel for sure.
Well, we need somewhere to smash stuff. Is what we need.
Everybody wants to sign on to that?
We
Okay.
got
We can fix that. We can,
Yeah.
yeah.
We can do like a little call out thing every week where it's like,
Okay, perfect.
do you have something you want smashed? Just drop it off behind the D'Angelo's. We'll smash it next week.
Roll call, please.
Sorry, they got me.
Councilor King? Yes. Councilor Carlson? Councilor Yan?
Yes.
We got to specify which D'Angelo's. I can't be going to.
No, I don't think we need to. It's just the D'Angelo's. You figure it out.
We're at both every day, so we'll find whatever it is.
City auditor transmitting the city annual comprehensive financial
Madam Chair, I'm
report.
sorry to interrupt. I think 10E was left off.
Fucking idiot.
Tell her, Nico.
Penny, request city manager inspect the stairway that connects Canterbury.
Nico's
Street
just turning and like holding a picture of Joe Petty, like looking at it longingly right now.
Yeah.
To removing any along the stairway, disposing of
It's
any
me.
trash found in providing for a needed
looking at
landscape in the
evil.
area. Councilor Rivera.
Good talk.
Turn your camera on. Come on.
That
With
it
the
was,
connection.
I'm reading.
She can't turn her camera on because she's actually at Little St. James.
Yes, I lost. I have the agenda.
Brian, is Ren Jones jumping on your bit?
Did you hear me?
Ugh.
Yes. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hi, Serenity.
What did she say?
Hope all is well.
Oh. Yeah, I do.
Hello, could you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, sorry. All right. Yes.
I don't have beef with anybody, okay? I love all God's creatures.
Yeah.
Well, more Satan's creatures more, but I love God's creatures too.
And it's very, very highly used by children and family as that.
I love Serenity.
Kind of the part of Illinois, the back part of Crystal Park, those streets.
Check out all their shows. Just Google Serenity Jones, Marlboro, Massachusetts.
And the conditions that the stairs,
Porter.
the graffiti, the litter is just, I'm not sure who's responsible for that stair. I know that in the past when there's been some damage on the stairway, the city has taken care of it. So
This could have been an email.
I would like to
Sure sounds that way.
It might have needed to be based on this connection.
not just structurally, but just the way it is. It just doesn't look. It looks like something out of like a movie that you definitely want to avoid, right? Like right before something. So I feel like as it's so highly.
Wait, do I want to avoid the movie or do I want to avoid the stairs?
I want to hear what her pitch is for this movie.
Like
Yeah.
To not only make sure that
And then Mike Gaffney comes out from the bushes and he scares you.
that it's clean, that we figure out how to get there's like there's like dumpsters there, that's graffiti.
You guys want to go film a movie down there? Just a short film, see if we can get some traction with it.
Yeah. I really miss Worcester Film Wars.
Oh, same.
Yeah, that was great.
It's so fun. I love doing it, but I love even more like the random middle-aged Worcester guys that make a movie. Oh man, that is so beautiful to me.
Yeah.
Like just the craziest fucking shit coming out of their brains. I love it so much.
I mean, I made a joke about liking it in the can and then filmed Ricky and I nude in a seltzer costume.
True. Great. That's great.
So yeah,
Why did the film war stop? It was just a scheduling thing.
Capacity.
Capacity.
She doesn't have.
Yeah, I mean I think the pandemic really put the nail in it for them, and then it just became it could come back. It could, some version of it should come back.
You know what I say is bring it back.
Do you
And I
think
will
she
totally
lets
do
somebody else
Decaptor's
do it?
Revenge. I mean Decaptor's Realm.
Just briefly, I would like to also sign on to this.
I'd be
I
down
actually
to
catch
see
the
if we can
sunrise there. It's a really pretty
run
place
it.
to catch a sunrise.
Keep it
But
going.
It is very.
Because I'm with you, Brian. It's a rad event.
Like
Amazing.
the winter,
Absolutely
like,
amazing.
Maybe just start with an awards program for the best Worcester OnlyFans.
Our youth are.
Oh, that's pretty good.
True.
Agree
I
with
cannot stand awards. I want to start an award show where we give everybody an award. Like anybody that wants to get an
In
award, can
alphabetical
get an
order?
award. Yeah. And it takes so fucking long that we understand that this is how easy it is to get an award, and it just makes everything. And then right at the end,
Sure.
Brian gets his key to the city.
Yeah. Right before I quit Ralph's, I was gonna book a talent show and make an annual talent show in the summer on the stage.
Oh,
And I tried to get somebody else to run with that idea, but no one did. But oh my god, if you like advertise that on Craigslist and stuff,
Incredible.
yeah, we get some real good stuff.
Just get some kid dribbling a basketball. Like,
could we potentially do this as part of Hootenanny?
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that
Oh,
happened.
Wooten Indian talent show?
Yeah.
Come on. Come on.
And we'll send that to.
I'm gonna do a monologue from Law and Order.
Roll call, please.
Like Kevin Pollak, like special guest.
Leanne?
Yes.
Councilor Rivera?
Yes.
Councilor Rose?
Yes.
Councilor Russell?
Yes.
Councilor Toomey?
Yes.
I try, Mo. I try.
Yes, okay, reports of the Committee on Public Service and Transportation, 12A and 12B.
Oh boy.
We can accept those reports. Roll call, please. Oh, Council Bergen.
Just really briefly, Madam Chair, I just.
Here we
say
go.
that, these are anticipated to be accepted and filed. These are items along with many of the other WRTA items that aren't just gonna be filed away and forgotten. There's a lot of work.
This is my my favorite Red Hot Chili Pepper song.
The public fornication.
Dream of public fornication.
We do not own the WRTA. We do not make decisions on hiring and firing with respect to the WRTA. Though we have some influence over that through our representation on the board. But
You
having said
don't
that, we still
really
have
have
issues we
influence
can
over
stay on
that.
top of bus routes
You
and
have one
otherwise,
board
we
member.
have to stay on top of that. So I just want to
That
make
person acts as a board member of that board.
it's
The city
forgotten in
council
no
does
way.
not have any authority at all.
These items and other items that
Yeah, I honestly think it's open to, you know.
Thank you, Madam.
I don't think it's a slanderous thing at all. I think it's an
Madam
amazing.
Chair, I'm just wondering.
There were apparently children on the beach, but whatever.
um,
Yeah, I mean, probably didn't say anything.
Severity, in my opinion, of these two items. I'm wondering, can we hold these items rather than file these items?
Oh, no, this again.
We have to recommit them back
What's
to
Otis
the
then?
committee, and I would ask.
So the last
What's
annual,
Otis then?
the last annual report the WRTA has on their website is from 2017, which is weird because before the next most recent one is like 2012. They're not very current. But if you look through their budget, it's really fascinating stuff. Like they don't get anything from the cities and towns that participate. It's like 4.5 million that they get from the cities and towns, 5 from the feds, and then almost 12 from the state.
So it's almost entirely state funded.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I mean 50-50, but split between feds and
Yeah.
and the municipalities.
I just, again.
But Worcester, if they wanted to, they could up their investment into the WRTA. Right?
I mean,
that's actually an interesting question. Is it pure formula, or could they say like, we want the bus to be better, we're going to increase our investment by like 30%?
Well, that's the Worcester Public Schools are having, it seems like, really good success thus far with their experiment in starting their own transportation service. Like, I don't know, maybe we could just tell Grafton and Southbridge the truth that we don't really care about them very much and run our own public transportation system.
Yeah, like if we actually had a public utility instead of a weird private public partnership, like everything in Worcester is. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
We have enough votes.
So
Go from there. So I'll hold it.
What are they even fucking doing?
I probably should have done that at the outset. So I appreciate my colleague, Council Carlson.
Okay, all right. And then, Mr.
What the fuck is Moira Coakley saying?
I think she's an AI.
Through the chair to the council, certainly you can hold it tonight, both items.
Oh, I got into
You can table them
ChatGPT,
and
yeah,
hold
so
it
that's
at a later
Moira.
meeting if you choose to do so. Take them off the table as well.
Wait, really?
So it gets to
No.
those,
Oh.
votes, and then you can recommit
I'm in.
back to the-
I'm
That'd
asking
be
questions.
awesome.
So as long as the council
I did
stays-
actually get in, but no, it's not. That's not what Moira is. That's an actual sort of
You got
living
it.
human.
Council Bergman, okay, great. Okay, roll, Councilor King?
Oh boy,
Thank you, Madam Chair.
this is gonna turn into a whole thing.
Just really quickly, I know I was
Settle in, everybody.
all of the meeting that occurred.
What is this? The
things that I know did come up in that.
I decided I just don't want to know
Who's responsible?
what this is about.
I know there was some testimony related to that, some discussion. I'm not sure if we had anything in writing in terms of who's responsible for what as relates to snow removal. And that's what I was really looking to get at. As
I don't really care about snow removal anymore. As mentioned before, I have a nice car now, so whatever.
Yeah, and increasingly, snow will become less of a problem.
Yeah.
Over time. So we should actually just stop investing in it now and start getting ahead of it.
expressing concerns like
Start investing in pumps for water removal. Sandbags are probably going to come in handy soon too.
snow removal and public safety.
Yeah, for the bunkers.
and things of
Yeah.
that nature.
Yeah.
That all
This
of us
is
have a referential
took the words right out of my mouth. We need to get into snow adding.
and whatnot are able to refer to it.
Yeah, we need to go up to Wachusett Mountain and steal one of them guns.
Yeah.
Accountability. So that would be in order. Perhaps a motion.
Snow Gun would be such a cool name for a band.
Snow Gun.
Snow Gun.
Snow gun just makes me think of Star Wars. I
Yeah.
don't know why. Because there's like that scene in the snow where they have guns.
Right.
They're like in the space trenches.
The Battle of Hoth.
Oh, okay.
And I just want to clarify for the council, there was chairman's orders that were voted on previously in this meeting.
Place in the year 4 BBY.
WRTA. So certainly that's the mechanism. I think once the manager brings
That means before the Battle of Yavin.
the council can hold
Oh,
this
okay.
in
I
council.
needed to know that, and that stuck.
The reports coming out of the
I'll
manager's
quiz you on it in 1 year.
proposal was discussed tonight into committee, to the transportation committee, as well as Councilor King's motion. So.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Nico.
Roll call.
Is Nico getting younger?
Nico, yeah, Nico's a Benjamin Button.
12A and 12B council, and then we're just voting on Councilor King's.
Nico's just like, listen, I know it, you know it, everyone knows it. I'm gonna be in Cambridge. I'm gonna be working for Cambridge in 5 years. So enjoy it while you got it. But I'm gone. I am going to Cambridge where there are real people.
Yes.
Councilor Rose.
This is a very interesting question. So
Let's all be careful with this one.
Hmm.
13A through 13F.
I suppose it would.
This is from the Committee on Veterans Memorial.
yeah,
Park
hot take, yes.
Recreation. I'm gonna make a motion to accept.
And
those.
there, that woman right there is our leader.
Roll call,
Yep.
please.
And we are gonna follow Q
Councilor Bergman.
into the good
Councilor
night.
Gia.
Yes.
Councilor King.
Yes.
Councilor Merrill Carlson.
Jenny
Oh,
Pasillo should
yeah.
think about starting a militia for her campaign.
Yes.
Oh,
Councilor
yeah.
Rose.
Yes.
Councilor Russell.
Her kids are violent monsters, so they would be fitting right into that.
Vice Chair Calori.
The Jenny Pasillo Mom Liberation Party. The Mom Liberation Army.
The MLA, baby.
What do you think Donna was asking?
Okay,
What is
do we
this
have
word?
any items on suspension?
Can I have chicken
Councilor
nuggets?
King?
Thank you, Madam Chair. It's been brought to my attention by a parent,
Some, yeah, the
constituent,
metal militia.
of a student over at Nelson Place School. I've also had some discussion with Jermaine Johnson, school committee member, and I've spoken to the district.
Make it
counselor,
milk.
Shaun Rose, and this is a public safety.
Oh,
issue.
hey,
There's
someone just texted me this. I've been trying to figure this out.
traffic and safety
I heard one
from,
time in passing
to Nelson
that
Place.
the weird fence and second the lack of a first floor at Planned Parenthood is anti-bomb architecture. Somebody told me that. Has anybody ever heard that before?
Yeah, I mean, so were you painted? Were you around when we had the big paint ring in the street?
No.
So Worcester has basically been the state's test case for all of our state restrictions, which have now been lifted for protests at Planned Parenthood. Up until, this must have been about 7 years ago now. Like,
Yeah.
you couldn't protest within a certain distance of the building in the state.
Oh
that
yeah, it was
deemed-
25 feet. Yeah, and then the
So
Supreme
that's where there
Court
was
struck it down.
a weird yellow like half circle that surrounded the street and
remember
whatnot.
that.
But yeah, the whole building is designed to like it's under attack because it always has been. But
So
it's,
it was built as Planned Parenthood. That's the first thing that was there. I don't remember.
oof.
Yeah, that was a campus built for Planned Parenthood in 2004. I just did a whole thing on this, and I have a really nice line in the story about how it's anti-bomb architecture, and retroactively, I haven't been able to prove it, but I want to keep it.
I think it's safe to say that, right?
Yeah, but this they
It
have
wasn't built on
facts.
stilts to prevent in fear of flooding. It was
Yeah, right.
But bombing. No, I think it was really just the idea of like not someone couldn't drive a car through the building, sort of thing. Which
no carring.
maybe it's an exploding car. Those happen.
Right.
Bring this under suspension. That crosswalk specific area, that like intersection.
You can't do the hipster 9/11.
Highly used by the families and.
I prefer 9/11's earlier work.
Woodland and Claremont.
That was a van, right?
And so I would really.
The 93 bombing? Was it 93?
Yes. 98.
Yeah. 98.
No, World Trade Center. You're talking about World Trade Center, or
Yeah.
yeah, that was 93.
93.
Okay.
And try to fix this and try to make sure that it is at the most optimum safety of our families and.
I've studied it closely my whole life.
We really need to go take a look at that whole timing and life.
What did they do wrong, Brian?
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor
That too bad.
I'd like to speak to this as well. I participated in that walk audit over the years.
They should use rockets like they did later on.
Add to that
GPS devices.
crosswalks.
I love 9/11 conspiracy theories. I
Right.
eat them all up
As
like
been
hotcakes.
talked about a little bit. Some of those.
That's the one thing you and Kathleen Toomey have in common.
Can't remember the name of it.
For a while, on speaking of Grand Theft Auto, my username on GTA Online was Google Building 7.
Cross in the crosswalk. Some of them are pointing in the wrong direction.
That's sick.
For these folks.
Were you Jesse Ventura?
Out into the street rather than to the crosswalk. Some of those.
Have you seen the video? Have you seen the video of Jesse Ventura talking about Building 7?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Mr. Riley was a part of that. He took
Jet
down
fuel
some
can't melt steel beams.
So if we're going to look at it, I think we should look at it in totality. And I'm sure that Councilor Rivera will put that working group in touch with the right people. I just want to make sure that folks know that there's a confluence of safety concerns.
It's just so sick because it's like, okay, yeah, all the conspiracy theories are right. What are you gonna do about it?
Hey, and I just want to say that I want to acknowledge the city manager's effort for
Okay, you won.
initiating additional.
Your life's exactly the
activities
same.
and quality of life presence at the shelter at Blessed Sacrament. And I also want to thank the city manager and his team.
Speaking of
for bringing
conspiracy
walk
theories,
through
have you guys
last
seen
Friday,
Amsterdam?
With
No, I
myself
haven't, but it
and,
looks good.
Yeah,
I
I,
wanna thank the
I
shelter
thought
staff
it was
for the
just like a quirky period movie.
I
Until
know
watching
that
it, I had no idea it's actually about General Smedley Butler and the business plot. It's pretty well done. Like
ends the
That's
meeting.
sick.
I enjoyed it.
yeah,
So
probably my favorite conspiracy. Not really theory because
Correct, Madam Chair. Roll call
congressional
for adjournment.
testimony and all that. But
Councilor Bergman?
Yeah.
Councilor Adjei?
They
Yes.
Like I
adjourning.
said,
Councilor Mo Carlson?
always have two
Deanne?
shoes.
yes.
Councilor Rivera?
Yes.
Councilor
At
Rose?
least two.
Yes.
Councilor
Tell
Russell?
it's fucking out. She's
Tell
probably
just
gonna make
quit.
the open too.
Yes. Thank you,
I
everybody.
think that the Attell won't quit, probably, but could very likely quit at any moment.
like that
I
moment,
don't think
we
she
just
will.
witnessed.
I don't think she will. I wouldn't blame her at any point.
Yeah, I
don't
think that if she quit, she would have earned it. That's
Yes.
another thing. We got to have Sean Rose on the show once he's all the way out.
He said he would.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
Just
so
be like-
great at the
Yeah.
live show. At our
Oh
live.
yeah, he really was.
Yeah.
Slender, you should have seen a month ago a 15-minute meeting. So
Oh yeah.
We didn't even know that meeting ended.
yeah, that was quick.
So what did we learn tonight?
Absolutely zero, nothing.
Yeah, we're dumber than when we
The
came
whole
in.
meeting could have been an email.
Why isn't it an email? I mean, I know somebody like back after the third time the Nipmunks burnt the city to the ground, people got together and said, hey, we should hold a meeting to keep this from happening again. But, in the 250 years since, why have we not just we just send an email out? This is what we got going on.
We should have a meeting to do that again.
To burn the city down.
Yeah. Two bands.
Third time's the charm. Fourth time's the charm. Let's go.
I'm sure there are Nipmuc people all at the ready.
Yes.
Please.
Chat GPT would be a good mayor.
Well, we're gonna find out, Slender, because after we review this meeting, I do still have the Chat GPT's responses as to how to make a better
Correct.
Worcester.
I mean, listen, there nothing really. There was all a bunch of bullshit. Nothing of consequence really happened, right? We can all agree.
Yes,
No,
we can all agree on that.
giant
We can
waste
all
of
agree
time.
on that.
Kick the
There
can
was,
down.
yeah, there wasn't even a can to kick.
No,
you
yeah.
know? It's
We're going to
like-
put together a pilot program so the city can buy a can specifically for kicking.
Right. Like who is doing this where we have one meeting a month where the agenda is like 40 pages long and there's like 17 reports from the city hall and then there's just
I think that's
nothing.
when we go back and forth between the council's agenda and the manager's agenda. So the manager's
Yeah,
agenda
no, I know.
is just always full of useful information. We should just
Yeah.
cancel the council agenda and let the manager's agenda be
Cancel city council.
cancel the
yeah,
council.
because the council's always put their orders on the city manager anyway.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's stupid. That was a complete waste of time.
Yeah.
There wasn't even anything like usually there's like a little interesting thing you can tease out of one of these things. But that one really, I don't.
Christian making Nico read from the minutes was the most interesting thing.
Yeah. It's like, how does he know? I've never seen anyone do that before. But also that's not interesting.
No. Travis, throw that up.
Oh, no, there was an interesting thing. Candy Merrill Carlson
in disguise.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, that's certainly
to try and catch Kate Toomey in flagrante with Candy's husband.
Yeah.
Report it back, everybody.
Thank goodness Jenny Pasillo broke that news to everybody, so we know what to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, I know who I heard it from. If I repeated that at one time on this program, I know who I heard it from.
I just had to have a text conversation with somebody explaining that me and Jenny have a fun fake rivalry, and that even though it's detrimental to our real lives, that I have to maintain it no matter what. And
right.
He's a professional, people.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my God. The thing that I took away from this meeting is you don't get, you don't ask.
You
you
don't
get, you don't ask. You don't get, you don't ask.
All right, let's see
it's
how
Tutor Tuesday.
Robot overlords think we should. Encouraging new business development and job growth to the city.
I now think Eric Batista is Chat GPT.
Yeah, I've heard this one before.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's wicked boring.
Okay. This AI is really good. It is perfectly imitated Worcester City Council.
Yeah, really.
So why do we have the Worcester City Council? Chappie.
What does it say about hold on. What does it say about affordable housing?
Government funded housing.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yep.
For developers who build and zoning changes that allow for denser housing in certain areas.
Yeah, sure.
Certain areas, not where I live.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Not in my computer yard.
Rail service.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
We tried bike sharing.
Yeah, and it was the best. It was the best 2 weeks in Worcester history.
I love when you still see one of those bikes come rolling through town.
Oh, dude, yeah.
So happy.
When you see someone who's still got their hands on an OFO.
There's one in my brother's garage.
There's one in Ricky's grandma's shed.
Yeah, Sam Bonacci was handing those things out like they're fucking Halloween candy.
Oh, encourage tourism. Pay a weird intern a lot of money to do nothing.
We should. Me and Shaun have been kicking around this idea for years of trying to get hired by the city to be the tourism bureau, and we just
that'd be awesome.
Come up with schemes to get people to come to Worcester. And we know from the start that it's not that we couldn't do it on the up and up, so it's always like tricks.
You know, it'd be a good. You know, it'd be good for the tourism bureau. The 8 a.m. bar crawl.
Ooh, I like
you
that.
start at Moyna's, and then you go to what's the other bar that's open wicked early? I think the Vernon used to be.
Yeah, I don't even know what it is now.
I feel strongly that ChatGPT just replaced the entire city administration, city council, chamber of commerce, and Destination Worcester with one poorly thought out question.
Yeah, it's like, damn, ChatGPT got a master's degree at Worcester State. Tell you that.
I have a real idea to help Worcester that is legitimate, and I think could actually help make it. To call ourselves the official city of professional wrestling, the capital of
hell yeah.
I really do think that could be an angle. If we started a museum here dedicated to professional wrestling, and then like just called ourselves the capital of professional
yeah.
wrestling.
You know where would be a great place for that? The Odd.
Let's get Jake. Somebody call Jake.
Yeah, somebody call Jake, the famously available guy.
In the middle of that building, I said there should be pro wrestling here.
Hey, according to Jake's wife, we're all in the same circle. So
it's true. We are
equal say in what happens.
It could happen. It's happened.
Oh, too
We have been
slow.
before. We should get there.
The piss freak.
I still love it. It's still one of my favorite things I've done for this show. Because again, Brian's not in the circle in the top right corner.
No, the P is just grazing his chin.
Yeah, that's cool.
The goatee's in.
Yeah.
Brendan's killer goatee.
Yeah.
The tank top. I got to start wearing that tank top for this show. It's an American flag tank top because you can't. They cropped out the part where it's got the Statue of Liberty on the front. It's absolutely beautiful.
Anti-American. Anyway. So yeah, the ChatGPT is Pete Buttigieg, essentially. And no one's surprised.
True.
I don't. You
What else
have
we
a
got?
call there for the night, or does anybody
I
have
think
any
that's
other?
it. You should go work out the
Yeah.
material.
Yeah, I gotta come down to Ralph's, everybody. Open mic is going on. Shaun is in Houston, so Kevin Lamourie is hosting it tonight. He rules. It'll be a fun hang. As always, billshaner.substack.com. Check it out. Bill, great story this week.
Thank you.
Incredible post this week. And I'm not going to say anything else about it because people should go read it if they haven't.
Next week, I'm investigating the pedos right here. And I'm getting my adrenochrome growler filled up from that.
Oh,
little tap.
I thought this was a still from Glass Onion. Sorry, I've been confused the whole time.
No, it's little St. James. That's me, little Bill St. James.
That was the Glass Onion. So, yeah, it was incredible piece.
Thank you.
Hit up Hunchback Graphics for all of your borderline criminal city council campaign needs. If you need a website to cover your tracks, then Travis will take care of you.
Yeah. Or go down to the Burncoat Center for Arts and Wellness and go pick up some of my little arts and tchotchkes that I have out for sale there.
That place is so great.
Every purchase helps fund Jenny's militia, District 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to get motorcycles, people.
Yeah. She's got a dirt bike, so I
That's
think
so cool.
She has Power Wheels. That
No.
kind of counts.
No, she has her and Nate each have their own moped.
Oh my God. Can you imagine Jenny Rob Halfording it into the city council chambers on a dirt bike?
On a moped. I want the moped now.
With a little tassel whacking the back of it.
Bring, bring.
Yeah, perfect. Let's make that happen. Parts Unknown, wrestling podcast. Lots of crazy stuff going on in wrestling right now. Royal Rumble's coming up. We're getting into the high holy days of wrestling, so a lot of crazy stuff to talk about. Also, please come go to offcabot.com, I think. But go to their social media, check out. Tickets are still available for this weekend. I'm hosting for Bobcat Goldthwait, which I'm very, very excited about.
That's awesome, man.
Come on out. It's going to be a good time. I probably won't blow it. So, Brendan, he's wearing a tank top. He's out and about. He's getting sandwiches. He's living the life.
If it comes up all the time in the chat, especially with rental stuff for housing. But if anyone has even just questions that you want to ask and need answered when it comes to housing stuff, even if it's rental, feel free to hit me up. No.
Yeah,
hooks.
when the revolution comes, where will you hide?
What's up?
Nothing.
In one of the empty units that he knows about.
And it's going to be warm tomorrow, so I'm going to be on my motorcycle. If you all can drive on your best behavior, I would appreciate that. Thank you.
There you go, everybody.
If you do kill me, make it count.
I, of course, will be running you over in that nice new car. Because I don't care about people anymore. I am in a new tax bracket. So look out for me. I'm driving a Canyonero. So it's going to be there you go. Anti-car architecture. So thank you all. We got a meeting next week, I believe, right?
I believe we do, yeah.
Schedule. I'm sure it'll be fascinating. It's probably gonna have this will be the meeting.
Look at that good boy.
10
out of 10.
So thank you all for joining in once again. Please follow us on Instagram so you can keep up with all of our fucking bullshit. And I got some time off this week, so I got a lot of posts brewing. I'm very excited about Woot Nanny Comedy.
Poster's delight.
1,000 on Instagram. We love you all so much. You guys are amazing. We love our commenters. We'll see you next Tuesday, everybody.
Have a great night.
See you next Tuesday.
Bye.